I am proud to announce that I have finished my HeroQuest board. And in fact, I had finished a while ago, but I was waiting for my 5mm spherical magnets to come from China. After waiting for a month and a half, they never came. And so I fortunately was able to get a refund and purchased over 3,000 magnets here domestically through a US distributor and received them within a week. And so I was able to put all of the magnets and put this dungeon together finally. And I think it turned out pretty good. I'm really happy with it. I did make a couple more custom pieces, and if you haven't seen my video yet about how you use 3D Builder in order to customize these pieces or to change them up, go ahead and click here. But especially here in the center, you see the boss room where I incorporated Dungeon Works walls as well as Forbidden Prints and modified them so that they could work with this set. This is from Dragon's Rest. Go ahead and click in the links below if you need instructions on how to make this whole set. Ian provides all of the instructions that you need and how many prints you need to make of each piece in order to complete this set. But I really like this a lot. Not only am I going to be able to use this for HeroQuest, but I'm going to use it for a lot of my other dungeon crawlers and even for games like Dungeons and Dragons because it is so versatile. And the fact that every piece is magnetized makes it really easy to create any kind of layout that I want. So it's ideal for situations where you have walls separating out different rooms right next to each other because it doesn't take up a full square. If you haven't seen my video comparing different dungeon systems, go ahead and click here. But I feel like this is the most versatile set that I have. One of the things that I really like about this, especially as a dungeon master, is that these walls are removable. So one of the things that I always didn't like about my previous sets was that it was really hard to spring a trap or have a secret door appear in the wall because a lot of the other systems you can't sort of swap that in and out, those tiles in and out very easily. But here, as the adventures are moving along, you can pull out a wall and replace it with a trap or a secret door like this one, and you can modify it relatively quickly without messing around too much with the map. And so that really impresses me about this system, and that's why I chose it. This definitely is really versatile. I'm looking forward to playing a lot of different games. And in fact, I'm working on building a little bit more walls for HeroQuest, which is delivering this fall. The other thing I really like about this system is not only can you build dungeons with the traditional pieces, but I created these edge pieces that can line up against the edge of the tiles just to speed up building a little bit more and to give you versatility. Not only am I using the wall floor tiles, but also I can add these edge pieces which allow me to immediately place walls right along the edge of any of these rooms. And so that again makes the system really versatile, and I'm glad that I'm able to really be able to configure any room that I want and recreate any of the maps that are published in the D&D modules. I'm definitely sticking with this set, probably going to print out a little bit more, but I have a ton of tiles as you can see here and can fill up pretty much my table almost with a map or with a dungeon, and that really was my goal. One of the things I would do differently in these files where I modified Dungeon Works and also Forbidden Prints files to work with the Dragon's Rest system, I wish I would have kept the holes for the clips on the walls, because as you can see here, the walls don't exactly line up very nicely, and so if I would have kept the clip system at least along the tops, that would have enabled me to be able to clip these wall pieces together as I set them down, because right now there's a couple of gaps in the walls. It's not that noticeable, but just the anal side of me makes me wish that I would have kept those clips or would have set magnets along the sides so that the walls were actually attaching to each other rather than just the floor. Otherwise, I don't think I would make any other changes. I really like the way that the system turned out, and I also like the fact that I chose to magnetize everything. If you do want to save money, because the magnets can be a little bit pricey, you can choose to just magnetize the walls and clip in the floors. Since I've built my set, Ian did come out with a shorter, flatter version of the floor, so that will save you on both print time and PLA. And so if you're just starting, I would suggest going with the shorter floors. I'm fine with the taller floors because, again, I magnetize everything. The shorter floors won't allow you to magnetize the floors together, but just the walls on top. And the rest of it clips together with a shallower clip. But other than that, I think the build, it looks really good and is awesome. And Ian actually did create every single unique room tile that you see in the original HeroQuest board. And so if you want to just really recreate the HeroQuest boards, and you should definitely print the files that he has and color them the way that is on the original board. And if I was only creating this board for HeroQuest, then I would have just printed with each room all in one piece. I wouldn't necessarily have needed to make so many floor tiles and magnetize them because you're really not going to be reconfiguring those floors. So that's a suggestion if you're only interested in creating a HeroQuest board. This project was definitely shorter and took less time and PLA than my epic Space Hulk build, but is just as satisfying for me. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon page to see what the GGGG is for this month. Happy gaming and happy hobbying.